The latter is the largest known collection of treasure in all of Europe and is full of precious gems, jewelry, and artwork made of various valuable materials. It's among the world's oldest museums, but one needn't be a lover of the arts to appreciate Dresden. The city as a whole is absolutely...
Olá a todos, bem-vindos a mais um vídeo nesse canal. Nós somos cidadãos do terceiro mundo e nesse canal nós estamos reagindo e aprendendo sobre o primeiro mundo. Nesse vídeo nós vamos estar reagindo a 10 destinos na Alemanha.
Sim, portanto, considere se inscrever no nosso canal, ativar a notificação, clicar no gostei e deixar mais sugestões nos comentários. E agora, vamos para a reação.
Trust us, this country's got something for everyone. Welcome to Mojo Travels, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 destinations in Germany for 2021. Are you a fan of our videos? Be sure to subscribe to Mojo Travels and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at some of Germany's most compelling cities, towns, regions, and landmarks to help you plan the ultimate trip. We're limiting ourselves to 10 destinations for the sake of efficiency, but know that this list is just scratching the surface of everything this country has to offer. Number 10, Bamberg. We begin our German highlight reel in the Bavarian town of Bombe, Upper Franconia on the river Regnitz. This historic town spans 7 hilltops, each of which is topped with a church. If that sounds like something out of a medieval fantasy realm, brace yourself, because that's just the tip of the iceberg of Bamberg's old world charms. The town dates back to the 9th century CE, if not earlier, and its long history can be felt everywhere you look. Somehow Bamberg has managed to avoid having its character marred with the addition of contemporary structures, which are all but non-existent. While Bamberg as a whole is painfully charming, its crowning jewel is the Altstadt, or Old Town. While exploring the picturesque town, which is often referred to as Franconian Rome, be sure to sample Bamberg's distinctive brew, a smoked Rauchbier. Number 9.
Uau, cerveja defumada.
Uau, isso realmente é algo muito interessante.
Sim.
Porque particularmente nunca provei uma cerveja defumada. Mas, se não estou enganado, a gente já teve a oportunidade de provar uma cerveja da Alemanha, que é Paulaner.
Sim, e era uma cerveja muito boa.
Muito boa.
É uma pena que nós não podemos beber dessas cervejas aqui, porque elas são muito caras. Mas realmente era muito boa.
Sim.
Cologne. Germany's 4th largest city by population, Cologne doesn't always make the itinerary on shorter trips. But it really should be made a priority as it's bursting at the seams with cultural and historic attractions. The obvious highlight is the famous Cologne Cathedral, which stands as an awe-inspiring example of Gothic architecture. But there are also medieval churches and a number of museums to explore. If you're interested in perfume, the Farina Fragrance Museum will provide a crash course in the history of the city's namesake, Eau de Cologne. Add to that Cologne's vibrant nightlife, eclectic architecture, including notably modern structures, and the local brew Kölsch, and you've got a uniquely balanced destination. Cologne also makes for a great home base for exploring the Rhineland, an area of land bordering the Rhine River characterized by its beautiful landscape and charming villages.
E você observa que não tem prédios muito altos.
Sim.
E é incrível porque você tem uma visão assim muito plana de tudo, né?
Sim.
Mas ao mesmo tempo parece ser um lugar que tem tudo, né?
O fato de não ter prédios altos e ter essa visão plana da cidade realmente faz com que a gente consiga ver por completo como é formado as casas. A gente vê a profundidade disso. Quando a gente tem um local que é prédios muito altos, a gente acaba não tendo essa dimensão porque os prédios simplesmente escondem o que tem ao fundo.
Number 8. Rothenburg ob der Taube.
Uau, que lugar
Another
incrível.
Franconian gem, Rothenburg's somewhat wordy full name translates to Red Fortress above the Taube. Like
Parece
Bombe,
que você tá num
this Bavarian
filme.
walled city
Sim.
overlooking the Taube River earns its place on our list because of its extremely well-preserved historic buildings. As you walk the streets of Rothenburg, you can't help but feel as if you've been transported back to medieval times, just with all of life's modern conveniences coming along for the ride. A small town best appreciated when aimlessly wandering, Rothenburg is a good place to do your Christmas shopping, regardless of the time of year. Home to a beloved Christmas market with over
Será que
500
essas
years of
casas
history,
são
the town's
construções
close
muito,
ties
muito
with the Yuletide
antigas?
holiday is such that there are stores selling Christmas-related
Acredito que sim.
products year-round. There's even a Christmas museum.
Nossa,
Regardless of
muito
whether you
lindo.
celebrate the
Muito
holiday or
bonito.
not, however, Rottenburg ob der Tauber is sure to inspire awe with its simple beauty and charming atmosphere. Number
Realmente, eu acho muito romântico esse tipo de construção, porque a gente consegue perceber que é antigo, mas é muito romântico, é muito bonito. A gente consegue visualizar, apreciar, porque a harmonia, né, da rua, das casas, das construções, é tudo muito bonito.
É verdade. Aqui no Brasil tem um lugar que eu acho que tem construções semelhantes. Acho que é devido a colônias alemãs. Mas somente um lugar. Não é assim, né? Não é um país. Porque aqui é a arquitetura do país, né? Aqui no Brasil não, é um lugar só específico. Aqui nossas construções, nossa arquitetura não é muito parecido com isso. Então é algo muito, muito diferente.
Sim, a gente teve um reinado português. Então a gente tem muitas arquiteturas.
Na verdade, até isso acabou também.
Sim, a gente tem poucas arquiteturas aqui, mas com inspirações europeias.
Sim.
E no sul do nosso país, a gente recebeu muitos imigrantes da Alemanha. Então a gente tem algumas construções que são semelhantes ao que a gente vê aqui.
7. Mainz. When many people think of Germany, beer is typically the first beverage that comes to mind. But Germany is also amazing for wine, and so is Mainz. The capital and largest city of the Rhineland-Palatinate state, Mainz sits at the juncture where the Main and Rhine rivers meet. The city is of Roman origin and dates all the way back to the 1st century BCE. It's worth a trip to Mainz for its history alone, even if the majority of the historical buildings were destroyed in World War II. But the main draw nowadays
Wow.
is wine. Mainz is the enophile capital of Germany, with
Incrível.
wine growing practices dating back to the time of Roman rule. The city is located in the Rhine-Hessen area, Germany's largest and most celebrated wine region. So, whether you want to tour vineyards or simply
Wow.
sample the local offerings, you're truly spoiled for choice. Number 6. Dresden. A city that was decimated during the Second World War, Dresden certainly bounced back with style. Before
Nossa,
bombs
a
reduced much of it to
arquitetura é
rubble, the city was
magnífica.
known
Sim.
for its opulent construction and wealth of art. And today,
Tudo
thanks to
ficou destruído.
extensive restoration efforts and new construction, it shines bright anew. The capital city of Saxony state, Dresden is considered a major hub of German culture and art. Some of the city's most notable museums and collections include new and old masters galleries and the Green Vault. The latter is the largest known collection of treasure in
Wow.
all of Europe and is full of precious gems, jewelry, and artwork made of various valuable materials. It's among the world's oldest museums, but one needn't be a lover of the arts to appreciate Dresden. The city as a whole
Wow.
is absolutely stunning, and the abundance of green
Realmente,
spaces,
são
paired with its
lugares
location along the
incríveis,
Elbe
muito
River, make
bonitos.
it a pleasure to explore. Number 5. Rugan. When you start fantasizing about taking a trip to Germany, what are some of the mental images that come to mind? No matter how long we give you, something tells us that the beach
É
is
uma
unlikely to
praia.
come up.
Sim.
Popular with locals and their European neighbors, but often overlooked by international travelers, Germany's Rugan Island makes for a dreamy getaway. Located along the Pomeranian coast, it's the
Nossa.
country's largest island and boasts a wide variety of activities and attractions. In addition to the resorts, water sports, and beaches,
Oh, meu
specific
Deus,
highlights
eu não
include
sabia que eles
Jasmund
tinham
National
esse tipo
Park,
de
which is
coisa
famous
lá.
for its towering chalk cliffs, and the architectural sites like Rausvik Castle. Because the coastline is hundreds of miles long, it's easy to find a quiet slice of paradise to call your own, even during
Whoa.
peak season. Like
Uau, eu nunca vi um lugar assim. É muito diferente e os lugares são muito bonitos.
Sim, e eu acho incrível como mistura uma atmosfera. Ao mesmo tempo que você tem uma coisa assim que é meio medieval, você tem essa parte com a praia. Eu juro que eu não esperava ver uma praia assim na Alemanha.
Eu também não, principalmente pelo fato de a gente não conhecer absolutamente nada desse país.
Sim.
we said, Germany has really got a bit of everything. Number 4, the Black Forest.
Oh!
We've described a number of destinations as fairy tale-like today, and Germany's relationship with fairy tales runs far deeper than the architecture.
Sim,
Two of
parece
Germany's
contos
most
de
famous
fadas.
sons, the brothers Grimm, collected and published many of the most popular fairy tales known today. In fact, those with a passion for such
Wow.
stories can follow the German fairy tale route, which spans 370 miles
Wow.
and stops at various locations relating to the work and careers of the brothers Grimm. If you really want to get to the root of
Nossa,
German
parece
folklore,
de
however,
filme.
you have to venture into the ancient Black Forest. Encompassing just under 100 square miles of land in the German southwest, this massive, densely wooded mountainous
Isso é
area has
lindo
given
e
birth to countless
assustador
folk
ao
stories,
mesmo
legends,
tempo.
and myths. You don't need to believe such things, however, to be carried away by the magical atmosphere of the Black Forest. Whether you're hiking amidst the storied trees, driving the country roads, or exploring one of the area's small towns or villages, the
isso?
Black Forest makes for an inspiring
ponte?
Oh,
destination.
que lugar incrível.
Number 3, Munich. Here in the Bavarian capital, tradition and modernity make for an unlikely but undeniably happy marriage. The biggest event on the calendar is the city's world-renowned Oktoberfest, which consistently attracts upwards of 6 million thirsty visitors to partake.
Mas aqui tem algo semelhante com isso também.
Sim, graças aos imigrantes alemães.
Sim, nós nunca tivemos oportunidade de ir nesse lugar, nem desse evento, porque aqui é muito caro. Então, acaba que a gente tem algumas coisas aqui que a gente não tem oportunidade realmente de conhecer e de estar indo lá, mas é uma coisa que é muito falada, né?
In the festivities. But the fact that roughly 70 million people visit the city annually stands as a testament to the year-round appeal of Munich. The city's famous brewing traditions make it a mecca of sorts for beer lovers and home brewers who are sure to want to extend their stay. There are simply too many beer halls and beer gardens to cover in a single trip. But for all the beer being consumed, Munich is equally known as a city of the arts. The Residence, Old and New Pinakothek, and the Glyptothek house some of the most popular
que lugar
exhibits and
doido.
galleries. But the city has museums covering a wide range of subjects, including a dedicated BMW museum. Plus, there's no better place to try the many traditional Bavarian dishes. Number 2, Neuschwanstein. Also located in Bavarian Germany, towering over the
meu
small town of
Deus.
Hohenschwangau, this epic 19th century castle needs to be seen in
castelo
person
em
to
cima
be
de uma
believed.
montanha.
Built in the
Como
Romanesque
construíram
revival
isso?
style, Neuschwanstein was erected at the command of King Ludwig II
É uma
of
construção
Bavaria, built to
insana.
honor iconic composer Richard Wagner.
Nossa, você olha assim, não parece que você tá vendo um filme? Tipo, tá mostrando um filme, é um reino. Uau, é muito bonito.
Sim, é exatamente esse tipo de filme.
Whom the king held in the highest regard and considered a friend. Built atop the
O lugar
ruins
é
of a
lindo.
medieval castle,
Muito.
Neuschwanstein took 17 years to complete and grew increasingly elaborate
muito
over the
tempo.
course of its construction. But it's hard to argue with the results. The castle has since been visited by over 60 million people, with an average of about 1.3 million annual tourists in recent years. We're sorry to bring our subject back to fairy tales again, but there's a fun bit of trivia about this castle that's just too fun to leave out. Cinderella's castle at Disney World pulls from a number of real-world structures for its inspiration, but Neuschwanstein Castle served as the central and most direct model. Number 1,
Oh.
Berlin. Germany's capital city might seem like an obvious choice for our top entry, but it lives up to the hype. Quite frankly, there's so much to say about Berlin, it's hard to do the city justice in a single entry. The city has numerous museums, historic sites, and attractions, with highlights including Brandenburg Gate, the remnants of the Berlin Wall, and Museum Island, which is an entire complex of museums. While Berlin
Nossa,
makes
que
for both a
legal.
historically and culturally fascinating
são
destination,
comidas
it's
típicas
equally
da
a vibrant,
Alemanha?
modern metropolis. The city is on the
Acredito que
cutting
sim.
edge of fashion. Kurfürstendamm is a shopaholic's dream come true. If you visit during the holiday season, the Christmas markets transform the city into a winter wonderland. And then there's the nightlife. No city knows how to party into the wee hours of the morning quite like Berlin. Add to that the culinary scene, and you've got a city that knows how to scratch every itch.
Uau!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Mojo Travels.
Uau, a
and be
Alemanha
sure to
realmente
subscribe
é
and
um
ring the bell
país
to be notified
incrível.
about our latest videos.
É cheio de lugares encantadores. É realmente fascinante, porque você se sente dentro de um conto de fadas. Pelo que a gente tem reagido aqui no canal, parece que muitos lugares na Europa têm essa característica de estar dentro de um conto de fadas.
Sim, justamente pelas construções antigas, históricas, mas a Alemanha é um país muito bonito.
Mas também a natureza que é muito diferente do nosso país, justamente também pelo clima, né?
É exatamente isso que eu ia. É o comentário que eu ia fazer. Que a natureza lá me surpreendeu muito aquela praia. Eu não
Sim,
esperava que fosse ter
esperava.
aquela praia.
Eu achei que eles não tivessem praia, porque, não sei, lá me parece que é um lugar frio, né?
Sim, e sempre que a gente imagina um lugar frio, a gente não consegue fazer a associação de um lugar frio com praia. Mas lá tem praia e tem muitos lugares incríveis. Uau, é fascinante realmente, mas eu confesso que eu tenho muita vontade de conhecer o Oktoberfest na Alemanha. Deve ser incrível.
Eu quero conhecer a Alemanha toda e os eventos que estiver lá. Enfim, é um lugar realmente encantador.
Sim, maravilhoso.
Mas essa é a reação desse vídeo, então se você gostou, deixa bastante like aqui embaixo nos comentários. E deixa também mais sugestões aqui embaixo nos comentários.
Considere se inscrever no nosso canal. Muito obrigado por ter assistido esse vídeo. E a gente se vê na próxima reação.
Tchau!